Kevin McCullough.
Welcome back. It is the weekend. We're glad you're with us on That Kevin Show. And whether you're joining us on 300 radio stations or 2 television networks, and of course, all the streaming and podcasts that goes along with it, I am very honored to have Kevin Downs rejoining me. We've talked about a lot of his films in the past. Kevin, as we're having this conversation, recently, the legendary voice of James Earl Jones went silent. In your new project, you've got Helen Mirren that is headlining as one of the main characters. There is an era of Hollywood that has put in the work, that has done the time, that are really committed to their craft. Do you feel like they're being replaced by the current generation? Are we seeing new James Earl Jones and Helen Mirrens coming about, or are they the types of jewels that may be very difficult to replace?
I think so. To me, my opinion, again, of course, it's just my opinion, is that because there's been new avenues of media that have been developed over time since James Earl Jones or Helen Mirren started out, I think that what that does is that opens the net wider for different types of talent. And so you're seeing, talent that you wouldn't have seen 20 or 30 years ago, and I say talent because they're able to get an audience. So They have a talent in something, right? And so it may not be the same talent as a Helen Mirren has, but they've got a talent in something because their audience is compelled to want to watch them. And so I do think there are craftsmen out there. Do those movies get a lot of media play like they did 20 years ago? Probably not. There's the rare occasion that might come out, like an Oppenheimer that was obviously so well received at the box office, but then was also critically received, and the performances of those actors. You certainly have those rare exceptions. Whitebird, I think, is one of those. I mean, I look at the performances in Whitebird. I see the 2 young actors that played the leads in that, and Helen, of course, Helen's performance. I go, wow. I mean, I put those things up against anybody. The direction, the cinematography, the set design is just on par with some of the best films that are made each year. And so to be able to have, for us at Kingdom Story Company, to have our names and our logos attached to movies of excellence in that way that also match thematically with the types of movies that we're striving to make is really a great opportunity and great honor.
Did you have any feedback from the younger talent on set as to what Mirren's presence was like for them?
Yeah, I think, look, the feedback for anybody to be attached to somebody like Helen Mirren is always of awe. She's a wonderful person. She's very friendly and very nice. And again, it's just an honor to be able to have your name attached to her, somebody that has her status in a way that's certainly legendary.
Yeah. Let's talk just for a second about the changing marketplace. I teased you going into the last break about how, some companies are starting to co-release online and in theater. What's the upside? What's the downside? Why does Kingdom Story Company want to do it the way you want to do it?
Yeah, no, we want to do it because we see the movie theater as an actual event. I mean, look, Christians love to gather. We go to church once a week. That is a gathering place. And so, we don't want to let go of that experience to be able to bring either your church, your small group, your neighborhood, your family to a movie theater, then have a meaningful discussion. The last thing we want to do is encourage a form of entertainment that's very isolating, because I don't think that's great for society.
Yeah, that's
so
well said.
We're all about the movie theater. I don't think the movie theaters are going away. Obviously, during COVID, there was all that talk, theaters are dead, this and that and the other. I think they're changing to a way where we're going to see theatrical exhibition be more of an event experience. You're seeing a lot of that with, I thought one of the more brilliant things that Universal did was bring the 2 Twisters movies, the current one, which did great, and one that's 24 years old. They remastered it and played it in 4DX format and pushed it hard. And you know what? Me and my 2 older boys found ourselves in a movie theater having bought a ticket for a 24-year-old movie that still stood up because they wanted to experience something that was an event such as that 4DX
Well,
experience.
and as technology allows us to go back and redo some of that, it's going to encourage that. One of the freakiest things on Instagram right now is the pictures of celebrities hugging each other, but it's a younger version of the same person and the current day version. And I'm just like, this is too much. I don't know how to deal with that at this point in time. Tiny Taylor Swift and fully grown Taylor Swift hugging each other. It's bizarre. Maybe the Kevins are going to hug each other before all this
I don't know if you
done.
saw it, but it's the Tom Brady commercial over the weekend of him talking to all the different versions of himself.
Yeah.
The 12-year-old version of himself. I'm like, okay, this is what AI has done. Actually, I don't know if they even use that. They must have used AI for his version.
Yeah, they had to on some level. Anyway, they'll never be able to fully AI James Earl Jones's voice or Helen Mirren's craft. So we hope that really good craftsmen keep coming along and keep making great stories. Kevin Downs, always a pleasure to have you with us.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.